Hello, everybody. Why does this never works for me? I can never make the pin. Trying to pin a comment at the bottom, but it doesn't work for me. All right, well, gonna have to skip it again today. Hope everyone's doing well. Hi, AJ. Hope you're doing well out there. Give a little more time, hoping we get some more people to join us today. That would be nice. I'm sure everybody's getting ready for the holidays and all that stuff. Hey, Lando, how's it going? I can't figure out how to pin the comment, so I'll just tell you again. I might need to figure out what's going on with my Instagram. So Whitman-Walker is open for free HIV STI testing. It is by appointment only, so you'll have to email appointments@whitmanwalker.org. Also, you can email that email address for COVID-19 testing appointments as well. So it would be good if I could post that comment, but I can't because I don't know what's going on my Instagram. So we'll just go with the flow. Excited to talk a little bit about the topic we have today. It is the holiday season, and it is can be an incredibly joyous time of the year. We have celebrations and traditions and family. But beneath all of that joy on the surface, like this time of the year can also bring up some triggers and some stress. Maybe because, some of us have difficulty with family, or maybe because of certain memories, negative memories that the holiday season brings to us from the past. Or maybe it's something different entirely. The holiday season can be especially triggering for anybody, but especially for LGBTQ plus people. LGBTQ plus people are more likely to experience stress, anxiety, and depression during this time of year. Research actually shows that LGBTQ people are more likely to experience these symptoms, not just during the holiday season, but year round. Also, there are numerous health providers that actually say that the holiday season and when it comes to returning home for the holidays can really exacerbate these symptoms. So this year's holiday season might be especially difficult, not only as an LGBTQ person, but because of COVID-19 and this pandemic. So many people are sick. So many have loved ones who are sick. Many of us can't even see those loved ones. And pretty much everybody is tired of it. We're fed up. So the holidays, as I mentioned, brings additional stress, but COVID-19 really adds a layer onto that stress. I want to talk a little bit more about, LGBT people and how these familial impacts might have on people like us. So I'll say some LGBTQ people don't have that traditional family structure, right? So LGBTQ people can form families in a variety of different ways. And we could have families of origin. A family of origin is a person that's biological. You think, your biological father, your mother, your brothers, sisters, those folks. But also LGBT people can form families of choice. Those families of choice or chosen families could be people who you decide to surround yourself with, that actually support who you are and support you as a person. They do not have to be biologically related or related by adoption. Families of choice are support networks for people who are closest to you, right? So that may or may not include biological family or the people that raised you or you were raised around. LGBTQ people also form families that includes partnerships, partners, children. It could be older parents or people we've selected or decided as our parents, or even pets. So I know like a lot of LGBTQ people don't have that traditional family structure, and that's okay. And during this holiday season, you know, societal systems kind of put an emphasis on spending time with family, and it's okay if you don't have that biological connection with your family. Feel free to spend that time with your chosen family. Again, I'm not saying that you have to do that in person because we are in a pandemic. You can spend time with people virtually via FaceTime, Zoom. I know we're all tired of Zoom and Skype and all that stuff, but that's probably the best practice during this time. I do want to give you some tips how to protect your mental health this holiday season. Some things I've actually been practicing myself because I didn't go home. I didn't spend time with family for Thanksgiving. Now we're coming up on Christmas. I'm not planning to spend any physical time with my family. So I want to give you some tips, things that kind of work for me, and I'm hoping that could work for you. So self-reflection. Ask yourself some questions. You know, what do you actually want to get out of the holidays? You know, help to frame your expectations about the holidays. And it doesn't have to be based off of what society says the holidays should be. You know, what do you need to do? What is important to you? Not only to feel good about yourself, but to also move past the holidays when they're all done. Like, figure out what those things are. Ask yourself those questions. Also, I'll say one of the biggest things I practice is a mantra. I create a mantra of self-acceptance, right? So if I'm going home, family can get crazy. And, you know, especially during a pandemic where stress levels are higher, you know, the connection between family may be a little disparate. So virtual time is maybe the way to go this holiday season. That doesn't mean that you have to change who you are if you're spending time around family. You know, LGBTQ people, I want you to feel like you can be yourselves around family. And I know that might be hard, but create this mantra of self-acceptance, which basically means that you'll reframe your mind for going backwards in time, right? You want to look forward. Tell yourself something like, you know, I'm exactly who I am. I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be. And I don't need to change for anybody. And just repeat that to yourself over and over again. And they always, I would say, like psychotherapists say, like, if you repeat things to yourself enough, even if they're not true, you'll start to believe it. So let's fill that mind with positive things, right? Also, take calm down breaks if you can. When things become too much, you know, it's okay to remove yourself away from that event or that thing or that person that's triggering you. Also, it can help prevent a breakdown later on. You know, in a stressful moment, it's also great to take relaxation breaks, take 1 to 5 minutes, just take deep breaths. Also, if you feel things are becoming too much, just close your eyes. I've actually had to practice that myself where I'm like, okay, I just need a moment. Close your eyes, take several deep breaths, meditate, relax, you know, whatever it is that calms you down. But family can be stressful. And if you're gonna spend time with family, I'm not encouraging that you do that physically, but if you are, just make sure that you do that practice to calm yourself. Also, a lot of people don't even know what this is, so I'll break it down. So be mindful of microaggressions. And if you don't know what a microaggression is, that means verbal or nonverbal or environmental slights. It could be a snub or insult, whether intentional or unintentional, which communicates hostility or derogatory, or it can be derogatory or negative. So keep those in mind. And if you experience any of that, just remember that, you know, it's not fine. I know that you don't want to hear those type of things, but remember that is not your issue. That's that person's issue. So you may hear some things like, oh, well, why aren't you married yet? You know, or people may introduce you as, and I have this happen in my family, like, oh, this is my gay cousin. Those things are definitely microaggressions. That has nothing, it's not a reflection of who you are. It's more so of a reflection of who that person is. So you can be mindful of, you know, microaggressions. Do not let them get to you. Don't allow your family to pass these aggressions or this discrimination onto you, because it really has nothing to do with you. It's more so about who they are. Also, keep moving. Fitness is a good way to keep your energy levels high, keep those those good chemicals in your body moving and going. So make sure you increase physical activity during this time, especially if you see yourself falling into a level of stress. Stay active. You can exercise, you can do yoga if that's your thing, but get those endorphins going, get that body feeling good. Also, which is my favorite, practice assertiveness. This is the sixth tip I'll give you. Be assertive. If people are offending you or, saying things that may necessarily get to you or doesn't necessarily support who you are as a person, don't take comments like that. It's okay to be like, to tell people like things that they say are painful or they make you feel unwelcome, or whatever it is, or whatever those feelings are, be assertive in that. Let people know that this is not okay and I'm not going to accept it. And I've really practiced that with my family, and I think I've garnered a lot of respect. It took time, but you can definitely do or try this with your particular family members that may not be sending you the proper energy that you deserve. Also, stay connected with allies. We have folks here at Whitman-Walker. You have your friends, your chosen family, those people who support you. Also, if you need a support system, you can always reach out to us at Whitman-Walker. You can also, you can Instagram me at Sir_Dave. I'm here for a chat if you need to talk to someone. A little bit more, I also have some tips from the Human Rights Campaign that they have shared on their site last year, and I started implementing these things in holidays and birthdays and when I come together with my family and I know it's going to be stressful. So number one, don't let anybody steal your joy, right? Whether you are or are not a spiritual person, this holiday season can be a time where you define your joy, right? Figure out what strategies you can put in place to holding on to your joy, whether that be taking time for yourself, talking to a friend, speed dialing a friend, stepping outside to get fresh air, whatever brings you life, choose that. You are much stronger than you think, much stronger than you give yourself credit. Also remember who you are and what your values are. If you're dreading, interacting with family during this holiday season, remember holidays are temporary, They come and they go. You are who you are every day, and that's what you should stand in. Okay. I get this one a lot. Family is family, and just like love is love. I agree with that, but I also say we have a right to choose those folks who we want to consider family. Don't, believe in this blood is thicker than water. That can become a really stressful thing where you think you need to be tied to your family in that particular way. Chosen family is okay, and keep that in mind, especially during this holiday season. Also, the holidays are not for everybody. I am not particularly a holiday person. I actually prefer to kind of get away from all of this stuff that goes on during the month of December. But, don't force people like me or other people who may not be that holiday joyous type of person. It may not be their thing. Don't force people to enjoy the holidays. And not everybody, especially during a pandemic, is going to be in the mental space to be celebratory or to have these or be joyful. Like, we've lost a lot of people this year. And so not everybody may be feeling that, joyous like this year. So in 2020, we literally lost 41 transgender or gender non-conforming people. They were either fatally shot or killed. The majority of these people were Black or Latinx transgender women. So I want to say that because a lot of this stuff goes unreported. We don't talk about it. And a lot of grief is happening this year, whether it's from COVID-19 or the statement I just made. There's a lot going on. So everybody may not be feeling this holiday time, and that is okay. Just accept whatever they are willing to participate in. If that's a phone conversation, a Zoom conversation, or if they just want to be left alone, kind of respect that space, because we are all in different positions in our lives right now. We're experiencing something completely unique. Most of us, or I think all of us, haven't ever experienced a global pandemic, right? And so that might have put some of us in a very interesting headspace. So be mindful of that. Don't force the holidays on to people, and just allow people to celebrate as they see fit. Also, the holidays is, and you may not be religious, so take this as you feel, but holidays is a reminder that God loves you, and that God could be anybody. It could be yourself. It could be your religious, spiritual view. It's whatever you choose to celebrate. But just know that God loves you. Keep that in mind. You know, holidays do get difficult, and I just want you all to know that that is a thing. God loves you. Also, this is the season of giving. So if your way of celebrating the holidays is to give to charitable, charities and things like that, use this time as an opportunity to do that. There are several LGBTQ plus organizations throughout DC and beyond that you can contribute to. Also, you should realize that Whitman-Walker has, resources and things available. If you are interested in, volunteering or doing any of that, there are options to do that at Whitman-Walker. So it is a season of giving. Make sure that if that's your thing, that you do that and that you find an opportunity to do that. It may be a little bit challenging during a pandemic, but there are ways. So keep that in mind. Also, I want to remind people that we are open for HIV and STI testing. You can get an appointment at our Liz location in Northwest DC or our Max Robertson location in Southeast DC. If you need to make an appointment, you can call 202-797-4439. Also, it is the holiday season. I know a lot of us are still going to go home, even though we're not recommending it. So make sure that you stay at least 6 feet away from any other person when possible. Wear your mask. Avoid large crowds, especially crowds over 10 people. If you are working over the holiday season, do that remotely, even after the holiday season, because we don't know where people are going during this time. So just keep that in mind. Social distance to care for your community. That's really what it's about. This is a community effort, and we cannot do it without one another. So make sure that you are continuously practicing these safe practices. Continue to wash your hands for 20 seconds. And, of course, stay home if you are not feeling well. Those are my tips for my LGBTQ plus people. I hope you all have an amazing holiday season. I am thankful for you all. Continue to tune in with us here on Instagram, as well as follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Whitman-Walker. And you can also follow us at Real Talk DC for all things Whitman-Walker. And I'm so sorry. Again, my chosen family here is acting a fool. So I got a new puppy, and she's been here acting crazy. But again, spend time with your chosen family. I'm going to spend time with my chosen family, my puppy. And I hope you all have a good holiday season. Have a good day.